Yo, what's up, people? It's been a while since I've been here. I think I can call this, street dance uncovering part 7, I think. So I've been away for a while, just kind of thinking and observing the scene. And there's a few things that I need to bring up, just so it's a lot more clearer if people didn't understand in the previous videos. I think the first point I'm gonna bring up is the street dance, as in the levels of street dance that I explained in video number 5, I think. So specifically talking about the underbelly of street dance being, I think, was it the bottom end of street dance, as I described in the video, where the street dance basically looks like cheerleading, which you can't really blame the kids who are doing the style, as it's not their fault because they don't know any better, and there's not, I guess, enough role models in the UK to really explain what street dance is about. So you got a lot of people just using the name to get people to their classes. So it's not really their fault that they think they're doing street dance. So just saying, as I was recently away at another street dance competition, and observing it, seeing how it's going, and I now see and understand that the music literally defines the dance. So talking about that third level of street dance, obviously a lot of the street dance teachers are teaching these kids choreography to pop songs and dance music. And if you know dance music, you know that it's doom, 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 doom. So you got kids basically jumping on the spot. If you get what I'm saying, just jumping. And not really knowing how to express their dance because the teachers don't know how to give them the tools to express themselves. If you get what I'm saying. So if you've ever seen any of the street dance competition, you've seen the kids going all out, which is fine. But what I find weird is that they pull a lot of weird facial expressions or try to act tougher or cooler within their face. And it just generally looks weird because it looks unnatural. And that is once again one of the things that, all these street dance teachers are teaching their kids, because they don't have the tools or the means to give them the tools and the means to express themselves properly within the style, within street dance, because they're not doing it. Yeah, that bit cleared. Still speaking about the street dance, after talking to a few people the other day, I've come to realize that a lot of the people, or even bigger heads in the scene, have given up on the word street dance because it has been commercialized so bad in the UK that everyone's just given up. So they now use the word hip hop as an umbrella term for all the styles: popping, locking, hip hop, breaking, house, crump, vogue, whacking, etc. Whereas that doesn't necessarily, how can I say, it's not a good enough word to explain what these styles are. For me, street dance is the proper term for the styles that originate outside of the studios through hip hop culture. So for me, I'm not giving up on that word, because street dance, for me, is the correct term for these styles, not hip hop, because hip hop itself is a dance, it's music, and it's a culture. So then calling hip hop for the umbrella term for the street dances makes no sense, because it just adds more confusion to people. And there's a lot of confusion in the street dance world, not just in the UK, but everywhere, and everyone knows that. So what my whole aim has been through these videos is to basically get people together to create a new standard of dance. Because when you think about it, there is a standard, but then there isn't. Obviously, in America, there's a lot of the pioneers are confused or arguing over who created what and what came from where, and that's had a lot of effects on people outside of America, because you see a lot of people who were taught by so and so person, say for instance locking, and then they're told by someone else that, oh no, you're not locking. And that's been happening through all the different styles. So a lot of people outside of America are confused on the styles and they don't want to hear anything anymore. So what I'm trying to do in the UK, as if there is no standard for anything, then we should create one and not wait for people to create it ourselves for them. So we then follow. But then if we have a standard, then people can actually understand what they're doing. You know, street dance is this, an umbrella term for these styles. Da 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 da. Hip hop is this, social dancing. Da 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 da. Not choreography to pop songs. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's one of my main aims, to create that standard. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone because I wrote some stuff down. I want to really hit it head on, and still talking about that same thing. A lot of people preach about, you know, forget the talking, blah blah blah, just dance, let's get together and love the culture, blah blah blah. But for me, the moment you agreed with letting the commercial industry take the word street dance and blind people with it, then already you're not with the culture. You're against it because you're for it, because you're not speaking out against the misconception. Because people need to remember that when I'm talking about just dance, I'm not just talking about just dance. I'm talking about the hip-hop culture that black and brown people created. Because if you let that happen, then in a few years there's going to be nothing left. Because hip-hop's a multi-billion-dollar industry. We all know that. And who are the people in control? The people? Nope. We don't own shit. The people who own this are the corporations who saw something in it and took it and raped it. And while we fight amongst ourselves about who made what, blah blah blah, and hating each other, I think people need to get together and talk and make shit happen. This is not just talking about people here in the UK, but also people in America. You know, the pioneers. Because when you think about it, it's a lot bigger than petty squabbling. Really. Because the way I'm seeing it, the way things are going now, and already with the younger generation, there's a disconnect between each generation. And it's stupid. People don't look towards their elders for mentors, they look towards YouTube. What's cool? Or they look towards the streets. You know? So, yeah. I think that was one of the things I've said. So yeah, the point was, do you really love the culture? Do you understand what the culture is? Really? Or do you like the idea of the culture? Because they're very different. Yeah, I think that was the basic gist. I hope I didn't really miss anything. And I hope I got my point across clearly, because, you know, this is straight freestyle. Except for little notes that I'm kind of looking so I don't miss anything out. But yeah, just want people to think about what's been said and what we can actually do to make a change. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna stop this and think, ah, shit, I should have said this, this and that. But then I'll put it in the other video. So yeah, cool. Kashmir signing out. Peace.